हेलो गाइस। सो आई होप लास्ट वीडियो आपको बहुत पसंद आया होगा विच वाज रिलेटेड टू अकाउंटिंग एंड उस लास्ट वीडियो में मैं आपको कुछ क्वेश्चंस के साथ छोड़ के गई थी। आई होप यू माइट हैव डन दैट असाइनमेंट राइट। सो लेट्स डिस्कस दैट टुडे। सो बेसिकली क्वेश्चंस थे, कुछ मैंने आपको ट्रांजैक्शंस एंड इवेंट्स दिए थे और आपको बताना था उनमें से कौन से अकाउंटिंग ट्रांजैक्शंस है बेसिकली विच यू आर गोइंग टू रिकॉर्ड। सो फर्स्ट वाज इनॉग्रेशन ऑफ न्यू प्रेमाइसेस। इनॉग्रेशन, भाई ये कैंची लेके और कोई आपने एक फीता ही तो काटना है। इज देयर एनी काइंड ऑफ मॉनेटरी ट्रांजैक्शन विच टुक प्लेस? No, not at all. So surely you are not going to record that, right? Next, distributing gifts and sweets to staff on inauguration. Is inauguration पे you're distributing gifts and sweets? Yes, when you have purchased this, then you have to record it. But while distributing, you're not incurring any kind of expenses, so you don't have to record this distribution. Theft of rupees 20,000 in office. Yes, you have to record this because it's a monetary transaction. 20,000 rupees have been theft from your account from office. Next, a fire in the factory in which two staff member including manager died. Is loss of human beings or persons working in an organization a monetary loss? No. Now you might say you were paying some salary to them, so it's a gain, right? But no, it's not like that. Here we are just saying like two staff member. If you will incur any cost again in hiring, that will be a different thing. But right now it's not a monetary cost. Next, due to some announcement in budget, share prices fall by more than 10% in a day. आपका शेयर प्राइस में फॉल हुआ है. शेयर प्राइसेस मीन दैट इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू योर इक्विटी एंड लाइबिलिटीज. So your overall value of equity has declined. This means you have to record it, right? Next, you have just received an order. Just mind these words: an order received, which will give revenues of around rupees 50 lakh. So basically, there are certain rules and regulations which are being followed. There are certain principles under which you don't record the order which is being received. You just record them when the payment of them is received or when you deliver that services. So in this case, you have just received the order, so you are not going to record this. Next is you have received advance from a customer rupees 500. There is a monetary transaction. You have received rupees 500, right? So suppose it's me and you are paying something 500 rupees for me in advance for certain kind of activity which I will perform later on for you. So this is a monetary transaction and I am gonna record it. Next is advice received from bank that interest is credited in account. अभी सिर्फ एडवाइस आई है, क्या ये रिकॉर्ड होना चाहिए? नहीं. जब आपके पास उस इंटरेस्ट के लिए रिसीट आ जाएगी कि इंटरेस्ट आपके बैंक अकाउंट में और आपके बैंक अकाउंट में वो आ जाएगा, देन यू आर गोइंग टू रिसीव इट और रिकॉर्ड इट. ओके, सो बैंक जब उसे डिस्पर्स कर देगा देन बैंक उसे अपनी बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड कर लेगा. बट व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू रिसीव देन यू आर गोइंग टू रिकॉर्ड इट. नेक्स्ट, rupees 50,000 paid as advance to a supplier for next year. You have paid rupees 50,000 as an advance. यहाँ पे मॉनेटरी ट्रांजेक्शन है. 50,000 रुपीज आपने पे किए हैं एक सप्लायर को नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए. दिस इज एन आउटस्टैंडिंग पेमेंट, आपने एडवांस में पे कर दिया है. नेक्स्ट, अ कोर्ट केस फाइल्ड बाय कस्टमर अगेंस्ट नेस्ले फॉर लीड इन मैगी. कंपनसेशन क्लेम रुपीज 10 लाख. लेड के लिए मैगी में. नाउ यू विल से कि ये तो बहुत फेमस केस था, लेकिन अभी ये कंपनसेशन क्लेम हुआ है. जब क्लेम होता है तो यूजुअली ये आपको लीगल एक्सपेंसेस पे करने होते हैं. जब आप इनका पेमेंट करेंगे देन यू आर गोइंग टू रिकॉर्ड इट. नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट द चैप्टर नंबर 2 which is processing of transactions, how these transactions are processed. And since will be in the form of accounting equation, there are few terms which I want you all to introduce with. These terms are assets, liabilities, and equity. So the basic accounting equation is assets equals to liabilities plus equity. Now, what is this basic accounting equation? This is basically, you can say, the base on which the entire concept or the entire framework of accounting is dependent on. And this equation which I was talking about, assets equals to liabilities plus owner's equity. This equity, owner's equity, is money invested by the shareholders. You yourself have invested some kind of money. There are retained earnings in the business, reserves and surplus. All these consist of your equity. Liabilities are when you have borrowed something from creditors, when you have purchased some kind of stock or goods on credit. And then assets are anything which is generating cash for your business or generating revenues for your business, you can say, is asset. Now here is just a little example that if assets equals to 3 lakh and liabilities are 2 lakh, then owner's equity must be 1 lakh in context of this equation. Now, this basic accounting equation is generally expressed in the form of balance sheet. In balance sheet, there are basically two sides. The left hand side is dedicated to the liabilities and the right hand side represents the asset side of it. Now you can see this little example of balance sheet where I have recorded the assets and the liabilities and owner's equity. Now you can see that both are equally equated. In assets you have cash, accounts receivable, inventory and equipment. So let me tell you that assets are also of two kinds, fixed assets and current assets. So fixed assets are basically so, agar if I have to explain you assets and liabilities in a very simple word, so assets are those things which will generate cash for your company, and liabilities are those things which will consume or they will expect cash to be expended in any form. So, liabilities are basically owed, and assets are something that we own. Remember, liability is owed, and assets are owned. So, next, assets. So assets are basically those valuable resources that are owned by a firm. As I told you, these are owned. They represent basically the future economic benefits. What all you are going to benefit in the future in an economic form. And they are basically a result of your past transaction or even the present transactions or events. And they can be converted into cash whenever required. They have a resale value basically. Next are the liabilities. So these are the obligations, something which is due by the company itself, and they have an ownership towards it. They are probable future sacrifices. They are future sacrifices. You have blocked your money at somewhere and you can't expand it in any other area. So that's why they are probable future sacrifices. And they are to be paid in cash or by services or by check or any other form. Next, owner's equity. Owner's equity are basically the residual interest in the assets of the business. If I have to simply quote it, these are the shareholders' funds or the investor fund. Whosoever invests in your company in the form of by purchasing your shares or by investing in them, that is the owner's equity. Now, another name for owner's equity is net assets or net worth. So, net worth, you might have read in the newspaper many times, this is the net worth of the company for the big names that you have heard till now. So, it indicates that owner's equity results when liabilities are subtracted from assets. Simply, assets minus liability is owner's equity. Next, we are going to discuss about the revenues and expenses. Now, these revenues and expenses do not form a part of your balance sheet. Till now, whatever we have discussed, like assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, are a part of your balance sheet. But revenues and expenses are recorded in the P&L account, or you say it profit and loss account, or nowadays, this profit and loss account is being treated as income statement. The name has been changed. In the similar manner, balance sheet Schedule 6 has come, so Schedule 3 is there for income statement. So revenues increase owner's equity, for example, like sales. And if you are a financial company, then you can't do any sales. So you have interest received as your revenue. For non-financial companies, sales is the major source of revenue. Expenses are whatever you have incurred expenses in order to make these sales or to receive this interest. That is expenses. So you might have purchased anything, any kind of rent, salary, that whatever thing you pay, that is expenses. Next, we are discussing the extended accounting equation. So till now I have told you that assets equals to liabilities plus owner's equity, but this owner's equity consists of revenue minus expense. The entity assumption. It basically dictates that the business records must be kept separate and distinct from personal records of the owner. So this is called as a separate legal entity concept, according to which the owner of the business and the business are two separate legal entity, and whatever transactions are being done by the owner without the lieu of his business are distinct from the business transactions. If a person owns more than one business, then each business must have its own set of records. So nowadays, each person has many businesses, multiple verticals and multiple horizontals. He has his businesses. So these basically are distinct from each other, and therefore their accounting system and patterns are also different from each other. Now, what all is consist of a transaction? So it includes both the asset side and liabilities and owner's equity. It may increase that, it may decrease that. It may cause both an increase and decrease on an asset side. There might be just an asset asset transaction, an asset liability transaction, an asset equity transaction, an equity asset transaction, or an asset asset transaction again. Next is the transaction analysis. So this is basically a short example. Now in this example, suppose an owner has an initial investment of 5 lakh. So you see in the asset side you have recorded it as increase in the cash of by 5 lakh and increase in owner's equity or capital by 5 lakh. Next transaction, bank loan. So what do you think? Bank loan is what for a business? It's a liability. So in liability, it will increase by notes payable 2 lakh and it will increase the cash which will be recorded in assets by 2 lakh. Next, you have paid a rent of 12,000. This is now a part of neither asset nor liability, but in assets your cash has decreased by 12,000 and owner's equity rent has been increased by 12,000. Next is inventory purchased on credit, 30,000. Remember these words, inventory purchased on credit. The two important words are purchased and on credit. So what you are going to do? You are going to record this inventory into the assets as it is an increase in stock and stock are the part of your current assets. And in liabilities, you are going to record it as accounts payable, increasing it by 30,000 because you have purchased it on credit and not on cash. Next, you have purchased an equipment for 25,000. Now, in this simply, there is no impact on your liability, no impact on your equity. It is a simple transaction that you have given a cash, purchased equipment, both are assets, increase in one asset, decrease in another asset, nil, balanced. Now see, as you can see in this one, that this is the entire summary sheet of that assets, what has come out as asset, what has come out as liabilities and owner's equity. What you can do, you people can just pause video over here, understand this and then move on, okay? And this is the entire balance sheet which has come out. You have an increase in the cash by 6,63,000, the total balance of cash. Your total liability accounts for your loan and accounts payable, which is 2,30,000, plus the owner's equity part of it, 4,88,000. So liabilities and owner's equity together form 7,18,000, and the assets total 7,18,000. So this you have balanced your sheet. That's why it is called as balance sheet. The sheet needs to be balanced on both sides, assets and liabilities. Now this is again a small quiz for you. I hope you all do answer it and come in the next video with the answer of it. Okay.